So this is our third video on motivational interviewing. We're following the structure of motivational interviewing.
Yeah.
And this one is on evoking. Now, this is exciting because the first two videos we talked about engagement, which is really building a relationship with the client or recovery, and then focus, where the recovery is giving us their sort of pathway of change or the idea that they might want to head forward in a particular way. Now we're at this exciting part where this really becomes motivational interviewing. This is where motivational interviewing is unique above and beyond anything else that's out there. It's evoking. And the fourth one, of course, is planning, where we start to work out a plan for that change. So one of the things we do is we dance a little bit with discrepancy, yes?
Yeah, which just, it's a fancy way of saying that we're of two minds, right? Maybe we may face change and be prepared, like, yeah, I'm really thinking about this and I know I need to make the change, but there's still this little part of us that would just rather, sit back and let things remain the same. So there's that being of two minds. And, there's that what we call sustained talk, which is the reasons I'm giving myself for, wanting to stay the same. And then that change talk, which is the reasons I'm giving myself, and I may say, this is why I need to change, right? So if I'm doing drugs or drinking or whatever it is that I'm doing, I can maybe defend my position on the reason why I am, because, it makes me feel better. It helps me to relax. And, I just like to, everybody's doing it. Everybody, all of my friends do this. What would I do if I didn't drink or do drugs, right? I wouldn't have any friends. So there's that sustained talk. But then on the other side of it is that change talk. Well, gee, I'm spending a lot of money on this. I never get to do, I have all of this sort of drunken ambition the night before, and when I get up the next day, I can't achieve any of it because I feel like crap.
Yes,
right?
And one of the things we want to do is we want to soften that sustained talk. We really want to sort of take the focus from it, really sort of get people onto that change talk side. So in the softening of change talk, we could have somebody that says that, I like hanging out with my buddies on the weekend and we do drugs, and that's how we bond. But the problem is that my drug use is causing damage to my family. My kids don't want to be around me, and my family no longer trusts me. And so in softening that sustained talk, what we do is we end with we address both sides of the ambivalence. We talk about the sustained talk and the change talk, but we end with the change talk. So we would reflect back saying, so you enjoy being with your buddies on the weekend and you bond using drugs and all that kind of stuff. So you want to keep that going, and you want your relationship back with your kids, and you want the trust back from your family. And by reflecting back in that sense, what it does is it has them addressing that latter issue, and then they make the argument themselves for why drugs are in the way, and really they need to make some changes there if they want the family back.
Yeah. So just really, the studies have shown that the more time that you can spend in that change talk, as opposed to kind of ruminating in the sustained talk, the sooner we can kind of get into strengthening that change talk, the sooner they'll be able to really make those changes that they really do want to make. It's just a matter of really helping them to find that intrinsic motivation, right? And find those reasons why they need to change. And, when that's really strengthened, unpacking what it means, why they would want to make this change, what the benefits would be, how they have maybe made change in their life before and shown commitment, right? Those are all strengthening that change talk and their ability to change, right? Yeah.
So once we get them to this hard and fast place of where, like, I really will make this change, well, then begs the question is, how do we go about and do that?
Yeah.
Well, that's where the planning stage comes in. And we'll be talking about the planning stage and how we can map out different ways forward in our next video.